Oh,
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
I'm still.
We definitely,
Welcome.
I definitely did not just say, okay, we're going live now with little to no warning.
It was the jump scare episode.
What?
Woo!
All right, hello everybody.
Oh, man.
I don't even have music up. I'm so unprepared this episode.
Wait, start the music. We need.
I'm
We
falling
need that
apart.
music.
I'm falling apart. Hang on, I don't even have it up. Hold on.
I think this is the cleanest place we've been in a while.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is
Yeah.
great.
for some reason, but it feels pretty clean.
An air-conditioned room.
Oh, that's the
This is
worst time
nice.
for a car alarm to go off.
Are in the back.
What's going
Fire
on?
alarm. Car going off. Windows shattered.
Yo, who parked their bro in the back?
What's going
Please
on,
get-
dude? Oh my goodness. Okay.
Ah!
I almost have the music ready. Where is it? There it is.
There we go.
Shuffle. Game chops, my lord and savior. Oh no, it's gonna be loud. Okay, God, we're so
Perfect.
professional.
Oh, no!
here.
Brace yourself! And it's like the perfect volume immediately.
Yeah.
Hold
Okay.
on!
Hi everyone, how's it going?
Hey, we're finally. Hello, everyone.
Is that you, Hyun?
Yep, that's me. Me.
What's going
What do you mean
on,
that's
dude?
me? Of course it's me.
on? You been working out? Something's different.
Yeah, you seem
You're
to have
looking-
more mass.
Yeah, you bulking? And what's going on?
Yeah.
I've been 4 years. Understand me?
You've been what for?
You've been what for 4 years?
Oh no, am I lagging? I'm lagging.
A little bit,
I'm
yeah.
lagging, dude. There's no way. Hold on.
Oh. This is going swimmingly. Shuri, how are you doing as our guest today?
Hello everyone. I'm doing okay. It's 5 a.m. in the morning. I caffeinated myself as much as I could.
you got
That's the way to do it.
coffee like a minute before this started, right?
Dude, that's the way to go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know,
Hyun,
it's-
okay. What were you trying to say?
Oh, dude, I totally forgot. But yeah, I've been bulking for 34 years. So
It's fine. It's working though. You got it. It's something's happening, dude. It's going on.
I mean,
Yes,
it's
it
not
is.
because you guys try to use black magic and turn me back into a human being, but instead I'm a homunculus, right?
No.
No,
it
no,
didn't
it's
happen.
definitely the working out. It's got to be the working out.
Give you guys, by the way, because this is disgusting. This is disgusting.
Yeah, what do you tell? You look great.
You look great,
From
dude.
my ass
you
is in
look-
the front.
Hey, you know what? It's a
You know-
process. You know what I mean?
You don't body shame yourself, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
There's other people who have it.
Don't look at me,
worse.
man. Just don't even look at me. You guys are just using me as foot warmers under
What
my
are, like,
flab.
the- What are like the hairs off to the side?
It was nice.
It's nice.
That's- Hey, at least Shuriken appreciates me, man.
Hey, we
I did.
appreciate you. What are you talking about? We're here complimenting you.
I appreciate that, guys.
Whatever. Anyway.
Anyway, do we have any? So today is episode 15 of the Dojocast. Do we have any announcements going on this week?
Yes, we have no announcements today, so we can move right along.
This intro is a good
That's-
man.
Yes, the announcement is no announcements. That is.
I have an announcement. To kind of
Oh?
be an icebreaker.
Sure.
Y'all know that Alan Becker guy. All right, cool.
The what? The what?
The Alan Becker guy.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him.
That's some
That
of
sounds
his
familiar.
favorite animations and shit. Well, we just finished our influencer arc series, which has by far been the most pain in the ass thing to work on. For as
done?
long as I've been
Done.
hired there, it is done. I believe we have one more thing that we're gonna do, but I don't think I can say what it is. But it's not
What?
like the
Ooh.
story has concluded.
Well, I didn't know how it would have an end. I thought it would just like be a perpetual thing. Like it would keep going and going and going and going.
Yeah, no, I mean we
What?
had so it was Alan Skimming, Brian David Gilbert, another YouTuber. He's apparently starting his own like kids show on YouTube or something.
Okay.
It's really interesting.
Okay.
But he helped write like a huge portion of the series. But it just wrapped up yesterday, and I was the person like uploading everything from Green's YouTube channel to his Instagram and TikTok. I'm so glad it's over because that was so stressful.
Oh wow!
There was so much going on, and I had this massive
You telling me
spreadsheet.
he's not a real influencer?
No,
That's not a real guy?
It's not a real guy, and I can say this now because Alan already said it on one of his videos. So I can't get in trouble for
dude!
this.
So
It
it's
was
just like,
100% worth it. I loved every single bit of it. It's so great.
It was fantastic. Like I gotta say,
Yeah.
it was the most stressful thing, but it was also the coolest thing I think Alan has done. And
It is.
his
It
team,
is.
his whole team, because it was so
Everyone should watch
heavily
it.
interactive. If you haven't seen it, please go
Yeah.
check it out. Green was given his own actual YouTube channel, his own actual TikTok and Instagram. It was so successful that some people started to make their own channels based on the stick figures, and people bought it because it was just really well done. Oh man, so much stuff about it. But I'm happy it's over because man, that was stressful, and that started back in like April. So it's been a consistent crunch for that whole time. Like finally relax a bit.
And now you're here with us.
Mm-hmm.
I am with the homunculus, Stone, and Shuri.
The real crunch begins.
A couple of dudes.
Just a couple of dudes.
A couple of dudes and a homunculus.
And a homunculus.
Name of a TV show.
A couple of dudes and their homunculus.
So we get in the house finally. Forward to talking to Shuri, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have as well. Shuri, how have you been? And I know the last time most of us heard from you was when you said you're going to leave animation, which you have. So what was life like after that? After you left animation?
Okay, so actually insane amount of stuff and insane stuff actually have happened. Like I left in November. Like around November. Oh, hold up. Oh no, disable this. Okay, can you guys hear me? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm gonna switch. Like I left somewhere in November, and it will have been 5 years since I left animation in less than 3 weeks.
Oh wow!
Wait, it's been 5 years. What the heck?
Yeah,
Wait, really?
it's like in 3 weeks it will have been 5 years since I actually like made Imitator.
Do you ever regret it? Like
Dude,
quitting?
time is so linear.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. It was actually the best decision I actually made. And I'm not saying that like, how you call this? I actually did everything right. I was thinking like, maybe I made it too ambitious. Like if I just like, okay, this is my last collab farewell and everything. But it actually prevented me from entering this loop of making collabs, because I had this wonderful, this like super ambitious idea. And then I was working very hard, and then I was not very satisfied with the result every single time I hosted a collab.
Was Imitator 2 the same?
Imitator 2 was the worst.
But like the finished product?
No, not the product, but the hosting was the most painful.
Oh,
This is what actually pushed me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hosting is
watch
always stressful for sure.
No, this one
some
was
of you.
especially bad. There is a video about it on my channel if anyone is interested. Okay, so after that, I released my camera, which I promised, because lots of people really like the way how the camera worked in my collabs. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna make something more user friendly. And then a year later, I figured out that it's what? Yeah, the Vcam.
Do you kind of want to explain what a Vcam is to people who don't know what it is?
Pretty much, it allows you to display a certain region on the screen in the animation. You can control which region is being displayed every single time. And how you call this? And it allows you to do this much better because cameras may be very tricky to animate. So
That's
I did
true.
the tools that eases the camera out and it provides auto shakes. Then I figured out that it works really, 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 really bad, and then I made another camera a year later, I think.
Mm.
And then
Mm.
when I started working for Alan, he needed to use parallax quite a lot, so it was a lot of trial and error, and I figured out the best way to use it. And the other one was really bad.
Yeah, I think the default camera in Adobe Animate's very, very limited, right? And before Animate, there wasn't even a camera that existed. So for a long time, I think Vcam has been like a lifesaver for the animation community in Flash in general. But now, like, Shuri's camera is like the final form of that. It's so good. I think pretty much
so
everyone just uses Shuri's Vcam at this point, right?
Yeah, most people. There's some people who are intimidated by its complexity. So I think those people tend to stay to like the more basic versions of like the AS2 and AS3 basic VCams. I mean, I know for some of my projects, I tend to use the more basic ones if I don't need anything advanced like parallax or the auto easing. But yeah, they're still widely used, at least in this community. Like, sure,
for sure.
Your VCams are heavily used.
Wow. Well, yeah, but the thing is, in my opinion, it's so hard to make anything user friendly in ActionScript 3 or like even 2. No, actually, you know what? 3, only 3, because they introduced the advanced layers. Some people use it, some people don't, and it changes the structure of the SWF file to the point that it just converts every single layer into its own movie clip, and then movie clips cannot find each other, and you cannot really know like if it does it or not. It's just so hard to make it user friendly. So I just like the previous camera had so many features and it was breaking so hard no matter how much like I tried to make it easy to, you know, like, and I was trying to account for all of the cases. No, it just like literally didn't work. You needed to use it this specific way, and I ended up just like when my people were messaging me on Discord and I was fixing their files because like they didn't do it right. I was like, please stop using it. Especially the older one. Like the newer one is more manageable. But yeah.
Got it. So and then what happened after you made the camera, like in regards to just like your general life?
I just wanted to kind of let it go. Like I just made the camera. People asked for this tool. Lots of people did, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make it. But I just enabled it. I spent a very long time making it, and then it's still, in my opinion, it's like not very usable, and there is not much I can do about it, especially when Adobe Animate adds more features and it just breaks ActionScript.
Yeah, true. Thank you, Adobe.
Yeah. So, well, I released my camera, and like I would say, like 2020 is kind of hit. I met a new friend of mine on the server called Axelzeli, and then this friend of mine decided to visit me. She is from the United States. In the summer of 2021, she visited me, and then I figured out that she loves me.
Oh my goodness! Here we go.
Yeah,
another love story.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep it short. Like then we started like we actually were immediately engaged. Like marriage was not really a question for both of us, but she had to go back to the United States because she was on her Navy duty. She was serving the last years of the Navy. So she had to go back, and I could not go into the United States without a visa, and it will take forever. So I applied for a visa. And 24th of February, 2022, the war has broke up in my country. It's like I woke up from the phone call of my mom saying like, pack your stuff, move to your sister. The war has started, which was, very surreal. me and my youngest sister, I mean, she's still older than me, we lived in Irpin, which is literally right below Bucha. And it was like very surreal what was going on. Like,
I can imagine.
they left the city. Me, because of my dumb decision, I had to, like, I was leaving the city 2 years before it was occupied by Russia, and I'm so happy that I did. And it was very stressful because, like my wife was very worried, like dead worried about me. So it was going on on for years. I was very stressful. I was like thinking that I'm gonna be dead for like in a couple of months or in a month I'm gonna be dead. And I was thinking that for like a year or a year and a half because of how bad things were looking. And then suddenly, when my friend, I'm gonna call her Lindsay. I'm pretty sure most of you know who she is.
Yeah, Lindsay.
Yeah, Lindsay. She was like, "Okay, you know what? I'm coming to Ukraine." And I'm like, "You what?" Like, I was very against that. Lots of people were against that. Igor, my friend, he was like, "Sure, you should do something about it." And I'm like, "I'm trying." But she was very determined, and after she said why she wanted to go, because she couldn't really be in the United States. I mean, she was very, she was very miserable in the United States. So she decided, like, okay, I'm going to Ukraine. And then she went to Ukraine, and in January 2023, we got married in Ukraine.
Wow, so you guys got married in Ukraine. So Lindsay was originally from America, right? And then she decided to go up to Ukraine while the war was going on, and then you guys decided to get married there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was the plan. That was
Wow.
like, it was scary. I did not really like it, but when she explained why, I'm not gonna go in details. Like, I was like, you know what? Okay, I understand. So, yeah, here we go. She's sleeping right now. I'm trying to be a little bit quiet so she can get a good sleep.
Yeah, because like you said, it was 5 in the morning.
Will she hear me?
You're gonna bless my ears. I'm not gonna be very appreciative of this because I'm wearing earphones.
You have to go through his skull to get out that sound through the outside of it. Yeah.
If I scream loud enough, maybe he'll scream.
He'll scream.
that
Yeah. It's a proxy. You can proxy through him to wake her up. Yeah.
I'm joking. I don't want to wake.
No, I'm just gonna literally like quickly remove an earphones from my in one swing. I'm gonna be
and then if I continue screaming,
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
I will. Anyway.
So
cool,
the war is still going on right now. And like, how's that been since up to now? You know, is it still like a thing while you're working on projects with us and other people?
I mean, it's a little bit, it's stressful. It was very stressful, and it was stressful for so long that it stopped being stressful. And I'm like, I don't care. I just simply like, I don't care. Like, we're being shelled. We hear explosions from outside. We're just going back to sleep right away. Like, it just like, with the backgrounds on the with the explosions at the background, like, oh, okay, it's fine. The air defense is working.
God. That's so unreal for the rest of us, because like, if I hear any explosion and I know that's real, like, I'm going down to the ground, you know what I'm saying? But like, you've been exposed to it for such a long time, for so many years, that it's just like background noise for you guys.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, people get used to stuff. That's just how it is. But all I know and what I'm really like happy about is that she is so happy in here. Like, she's so happy in here despite all of this. And I'm like, yeah. Like, she was very miserable in the United States, and especially in Navy, that like, I just really wanted to just kidnap her out of there and just bring her there. Not in the wartime, but like, I just wanted to keep her safe and happy. Well, she might be not absolutely safe, but she's definitely super happy right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. Yeah.
At least it's 2 years together.
So
Happy you guys are there. I mean, not there.
So
but...
yeah. let's kind of rewind back to where you started, Shuriken, because I know you were in our community for a while, and you've done it for a long time, ever since you switched. So when and why did you get started with just animating in general?
Actually, it was back in my early childhood days when I was like 7, 8, and my dad brought CD disc with Flash 5. It was like the Macromedia Flash 5.
Why did he have it? That's
He
such a
did-
random thing for a dad to have.
I know, but like he was buying lots of software, like video editing and whatever, like the archives, the archivers and all that stuff. It had Flash in it, and and you could create cartoons in there, and I was also I was exposed to the computer and I was like trying things out, but the problem was I was small. English is not my native language, and the entire program was on English, and the tutorials were on English, like the manual.
Oh yeah.
So I was literally trying to how do I make it? How do I make this work? I did not even know how to use layers properly, so I made everything in one single layer. But another thing that also my dad showed me is the cartoons, that were very old. They are all on Russian. They are called Masyanya. They're made by the Russian guy Oleg Kubayev. I think you can show it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I had another thing ready. I was not prepared.
And I did not know what the characters were talking about, but I was like, hey, they're moving, they're laughing, they're doing stuff.
Is it this?
Haha, funny. I wanted to do the same.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, so I wanted to try to make some of them myself, and therefore I started trying to make animations. The only problem there was that I was a kid, and how patient the kids are. Like you just cannot sit still, and just work on something certain. So, I think my first animation that I have created was in 2004. You can actually show it.
Oh yeah, okay.
I was also trying to play with the buttons too, and
okay, wait. Okay. No. Okay, go ahead. I paused it. What were you
It's
saying?
crazy that you learned how to put the coding in for the play button too. I mean, the coding was simple, but you were 8.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I think it was in one of the manuals on how to make it, and I think you can you can start playing it.
Okay, well I'm also gonna press play so you can hear you singing.
Yeah.
That's you?
That's you?
Yes.
That's so cute. That's adorable.
Little
Alright, I'll press this to start.
Yeah, this is literally what I was looking for.
What is?
I love shape tree.
What does that say?
It says on a Pike's wish. I do not really know. It's all Russian, and it has grammar errors, even in the titles.
Yeah. That's so.
It just
cute.
says chapter 1. A lot of these are blank frames, but I was really trying. So I was learning Flash little bit by little bit, however I could. And also, another thing is stick figures. I was exposed to them also at the same time, but I was more fascinated by the other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can see the.
Look at those dudes.
Yeah, those guys.
Oh wow.
I love it.
This is it.
A lot of these are just
Were you
still.
when you made this?
I was 8, probably 7 since 2004.
Wow.
It could be 7 or 8.
Hyun, everyone starts way before you did.
Yeah,
Bro.
he's like, I was in the womb. My mom just put the mouse up to the stomach.
Give me a Huion tablet in there.
I was 40.
Damn, dude. Like I was 19. Well, I was like 18, 19 when I started. I was like 7. That's
It's just crazy.
That is crazy. So did you continue to experiment and go into farther animation right after this?
Yeah, but I actually started improving and like caring about the quality of animations when I was much older. When I was seeing Hyun's animation and like Zetterbrand animation, Nozzle animation. Nozzle was the main person that inspired me to animate, but Hyun, you're a part of that too. And like a lot of people were inspired. I was like looking at them and like, oh my god, my animations are crap.
You're so hard on yourself.
We talk about this. This is
You're just a
beautiful.
little guy.
I'm so entrenched in the story.
You should probably.
Okay.
Okay, so the way how I actually started, yeah, I think it's like I think that's it. Like that's all that I can say about this one.
So what were like communities that you kind of joined when going online and stuff?
The funny thing, I did not go online until I was like what, like I would say 14, 15 years old because I was afraid of online. Everyone told me like, oh, internet is expensive, and it was super expensive. So I wasn't using it very much. So I didn't really join any communities. The first community that I tried to join, and at some point I joined, was fluidanimes.com. And I had insane language barrier. Like my English knowledge was like very, very small, and I was like, I was trying to find someone who is speaking, Russian language, like someone from the Slavic countries that are good at stick figure animation, but I failed. So it's like I need to go outside and like try to do things outside. So, and the funny thing, I joined Fluid in the animes right before the stick page merge. I was young, I did not know what's going on. And it was so funny. Like I just realized how funny it is. Like I was a little child, I was typing like fluidanimes.com, enter. And then I was like, stick page.
And you're
I
like,
don't
okay,
want stick page. And then I just started typing again. Fluidanimes.com, enter. Oh,
nope.
Stick page.
Stick
I
page.
don't want stick page. And I type again. Fluidanimes.com, press enter. Stick page. What's going on?
Oh, man. That's funny.
That's so
Can
great.
you imagine what Shuriken's going through, like seeing that black and like seeing a paragraph that you can't understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know any English. It's like, hi, I can make my stick when I can pull out my animation in there.
So then, did you learn, like, how'd you learn English? Was that through just trial and error online, or did you take a class or something?
A trial and error online. I was telling everyone that English is not my mature language for years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like it's literally what I say. The English is not my mature language, and no one corrected me until like 5 or 6 years later.
Wow.
When I was trying to say like, sorry, English is not my mature language. I'm like, okay, we understand.
That's crazy.
So the thing where I actually started like showing my stuff to people and started becoming like somewhat recognizable. It wasn't DeviantArt, like, and probably not even Stickpage.
Yeah.
I think Stickpage was barely a thing because it was like forums, and it was confusing because I was struggling with English quite a lot, and everything in there was like text.
Yeah, the forum would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, so I was going on DeviantArt. I was acknowledging people in there. I met my first friend who also was starting at Hammer. Then we were trying to do stuff together, like trying to make animations. And then Hyun's Dojo. Hyun's Dojo is actually like where I started improving, I would say.
And I think a lot of people know you for labs, right? The really high that you do back.
You're glitching out a bit.
Yes.
Oh, Stone, take over. Take over.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. So fast forwarding a little bit further, your English got a little bit better. You're able to integrate into the community a little bit more, and you started making collabs, but more specifically, you started making synced collabs. What got you into making synced collabs?
Well, the thing is, back when I was at school, I was actually going back home and I was listening to dubstep. I was like, it was like, pew,
Dubstep.
pew, pew, bop, bop, bop.
As you
And I
do,
was like,
as you do.
and I was like, this would be so cool if there would be like punches, like strong punches going like on the beat with the song. And I'm like, oh, this would be so cool. And eventually I started like trying to make synchronized animations because I thought that it was cool. And after I did synced ownage, and it like was my first featured animation on Hyun's Dojo, it's like,
Oh yeah.
maybe I should try making a collab. And I tried to make Defend the Diamond, which is like the main point. Like I had an excuse for fun. It's like, hey, there's a crystal, we need to protect it, right?
Right.
But the main goal in there was like syncing, and I really want to release this collab. Yeah, very like at least release it in some form. And it seems that how do I call this? And it seemed that like it worked. I was proud of it that I was able to host a collab.
Yeah.
And I think what works really, what works really well for it too is like it like we talked about this before, how the music kind of creates the pacing for you, and when it's for a collab, it also keeps everyone involved in the collab at the same pace when you're compiling it as one whole piece. So it works really well in that light too, getting multiple people to work kind of all along with different styles, but still fitting the same theme really well, because throughout all of the parts, no matter what they're doing or how they're doing it, it's still hitting with the music, and that's really what is selling the animation. So it feels really good the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what I wanted to, because it's just like, oh, in my head it was like, oh, it's gonna be so cool. So I pretty much did it. And yeah, just like that.
Yeah,
Dude,
I like.
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Dude, the Shuriken soundline challenge was like,
Oh.
that'll always be ingrained in my head. You know, that beat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Wait, hang on. Let me just pull it away. I probably can't play this one because it has CDK music that's likely copyrighted. Right?
Dude, everyone knows that beat now. Like everyone knows
I
it.
talk to CDK quite often. Like I actually talked to him today, so if something, it's not a problem.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
probably watching this stream too. Also, hi CDK if you do.
Oh, no way.
Play this. Then. Oh man,
But,
this is so iconic.
And the funny thing, the way how this soundline challenge was born, I made this sound like Igor was taking sounds from you, Hyun, and I was like, may I have them? Like, can I create like a soundline pack for this? And this is literally the test I made in like 10 minutes.
No way.
Awesome.
Like now in our community.
Yeah, and the
Yo,
funny
Stealth was in this too.
And the funny thing is that people were asking like, "Hey, may I join your collab? May I join your collab?" And the problem was actually determining like how well the people can sync an image. So it's like, okay, if you really want to increase your chances of getting the collab, just like make the soundline challenge, so I can see how well you're gonna sync, fast-paced sound lines, and how well it's going to match like the sound line, the animation that you're gonna make. And then there were lots of challenges in Hyun's Dojo back then, and it made like, and I decided to post it in here too because it became popular.
Yeah.
And yeah, like 10 minutes. It took 10 minutes to make this sound line.
I think
test.
I think back then it was such a new thing for all of us animators. So the whole soundline thing and trying to animate to a beat that's already given to you was like a new, like, fun challenge for everyone back then. So I think not only did the viewers like it, but also us animators really loved making that too. So I think it was like a perfect recipe.
I don't know how many times I did the soundline challenge.
Oh, you did it more than once.
I've done it more than once. I've done it more than twice. I've done it more than 3 times. I've done
Wow.
it 8 times.
Oh my god.
I kinda
Sure.
got
Why do you think?
addicted.
Why do you think? Why do you think they were so popular and brought so many people in? Because like we've had so many people on, and we ask the same questions starting off a lot of the times of like, how did you get started or what brought you here? Did you have like a specific animation that brought you here? And so many times, like your synced collabs or the Imitator collab specifically has been brought up. Why do you think they're so popular?
I think it's combination of 3 things. Like, syncing is probably, like people say that like it's something I never knew I wanted. Like, when something weird pops up in YouTube and feel like I didn't like, it's like something people didn't think of, but they really like it. And like, that's probably why, because it's so satisfying. But like people didn't really think like of making it. It just like takes a little bit of experimentation of a guy who's like, this weird, like he's like having this weird idea and he's trying it out, and it turns out it's actually working well.
Yeah.
I feel it's just that. I was just like thinking that, hey, I really wanted to see this. I would really like, it was very good in my head, so I decided to do that. Everyone's seen it, like, yeah, I like how it looks or like sounds. It's satisfying.
It is satisfying. It's like the perfect eye
very,
candy,
very satisfying.
Yeah.
So then this leads into the next question. Will there ever be a third Imitator collab? Why or why not?
I would say most likely not, with the way the things are. Like hosting the second Imitator, it was really painful. Like I was pushing the boundaries and I was ready to go far. The problem is the participants was not ready to go far, because collabs are meant to, for people to have fun. They don't do this because you pay them. They do this because they want to. And
Right.
the reason why Imitator was so not so good is because I was really caring about the quality so much that I was at some point requesting people to remake some parts of their animation and stuff. And they were, and Oxup said a very good thing. Like he said, like, I also may just leave, like nothing holds me in there. And he was right, because that was just a fun project. People wanted to have fun, and I made it not fun.
Yeah,
So
I remember.
about the other one, like, I really don't think, but maybe somewhere in the future, if I'm still around, I will be making might be making the third collab. Like lots of animators will be joining, like, lots of interesting OCs. I mean, it's happening right now, but maybe, but probably not, but maybe. Here we go. That's my answer.
So there's a
Sorry.
chance. So
you're
chance,
saying
right?
there's a chance.
Yeah.
You've made a mistake saying maybe, because now the internet will always be asking for it.
So you're saying there's a chance.
I have a different, very big project, but we're probably gonna talk about it later.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So moving over to some stuff you've done with Alan Becker, like to work with Alan Becker. What was your role when working for Alan?
That's actually very funny, because like I started working for Alan since February 2018. He was he was hiring back on Hyun's Dojo. He needed in-betweeners, and I was just like an in-betweener. Like I was supposed to just fill in between poses.
Mm-hmm.
Oxup was doing that before. I think you were doing that before too.
I
Scott.
was. I did a lot. I was like part of like the earliest form of the gang.
Yeah, Hyun was doing that too. But the funny thing is that like on the very first episode that I was working on, which was episode 4, Alan was like asking me, I do not know why, but he just like literally hit the bullseye when he was asking like specific person about a specific problem. Like he was talking about the particles. It was like, hey, I want to add the potion particles, like to be looping through the character. But if I'm gonna put them into the graphic, and they're gonna move with the character, like even those that have spawned, even though they need to act independently. And I was like, actually, I think I can automate this. Like I can make a script that just like imitates the particles randomly. He's like, you can do that? I'm like, yeah, I can try. And before, like all of these like particles for the characters and the pig, they were like coded. It was really the first episode when I started coding for Alan Becker, and then because I was doing that, and I was like, hey, there is a dude who can solve problems with code. I was solving lots of problems with code, and of course the solutions were not the best, but I was improving over time, like learning from my own mistakes, and, like figuring out a better way of doing stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
so,
I get it though, because like if you're the only coder in a room full of animators, you are a wizard to them because there's so many things that they'll manually do because we have no hope in beginning how to code it, and you're like, oh, this is simple, you just do this, and then it's just you'll probably just hear a whole crowd of people, whoa, and you're like, oh, okay, I mean, this is easy to do, wow, because it comes from like not like the particle effects things you're talking about, right? Like I could imagine I would just be hand animating every single one of those little tiny objects, shrinking them frame by frame all the way through, because that's naturally what you would go through. And then if you show me that one sample of that, my brain's just immediately gonna explode and be like, he can do anything.
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard.
That's still the sentiment many people have in the community. Like whenever I show them something you've done in action script, they're just like, he could do whatever he wants.
What? Yeah.
So, do you think Alan would have released these animations to the quality that they are without your help in coding, or like how much of a difference does that make in his project?
What I hold a big respect for Alan is he can do anything. He can do anything like himself. He will find a way to get the project done by any means. It's just like I save lots of hours and improve the quality wherever like it can be improved, especially if it's easy, because most of the times when I see something like, okay, this is tedious and they can do this hundreds of times, how can I like automate this? And it's super easy.
Yeah.
And Alan can get stuff done, but yeah, it does improve the quality and it does speed up the animation process, and it frees up time for doing other types of jobs that are like from something like, hey, add these particles in there and like do this, like particle by particle. So almost all of the particles that you can see in Alan Becker's animations, they're done by code, and usually done by me. Like for example, in here, you can see that there is a script that turns the animation into like these flying, buzzing notes. And like this was like one of the requirements, because imagine like animating all of these notes yourself.
Yeah, that'd be insane. So you probably saved like thousands of hours of work then for the team.
I mean,
easily.
Yeah, but Hayekol is, I'm pretty sure he could have done it, but he wouldn't do it the way that I'm doing it. Like, it will be just, notes flying. He will be animating each note separately. Like, I'm pretty sure he would find a way, but yes, it does allow it to improve quality and allows to improve the precision for some stuff. One of the things that I'm very helpful with is parallax, because you have lots of stages, like lots of environments that you try to imitate for them to look like they are 3D, and it just adds so much. It adds so much depth when like you feel it, like, hey, it's actually split up in several layers. Some layers you can feel that they're further away, even though it's just an illusion. It's still like in 2D program.
Yeah,
it just like adds so much. It adds quality. And I think the first time Alan was doing that, he was doing that manually. Like the parallax thing. It was for a mistake.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then at this point, like, this is when you're already pretty seasoned coder, when you're doing this for Alan. Do you remember like what your first actual game was that you made? Even if it's like a simple little thing, do you remember like the first thing you made?
To be honest, it was like back when I was a child, like around these times when I made like this first animation, I was using the buttons to go to and play to certain frames, like the game states. So I was only using like stop, play, and like scripts like stop, play, and then go to and stop, and go to and play. Like that's it. Like every
That's all
single
I know.
stage had.
That was what I was good at.
And I was trying so hard to create like certain, how you call it, every single stage for the game, and it was basically like you were just playing animations, and then at some point the animation stops and lets you click buttons, and then decides where it goes and plays like which part of the animation.
So where did you? Okay, so like even before that, then where did you first start to learn how to code?
Actually, it was after I was playing with like making my games the old way. It was in high school when I was when I had like the computer science lesson, and they were showing Pascal. Pascal. It's a Pascal language.
I have no idea. I don't even know what Pascal is.
It's a coding language. You just said.
Yeah, it's a coding language, and like it was just a basic thing where you can just like type some code and then it just brings stuff in the console. Like, wait, I can tell this program what to do, and it's gonna do that. Wow, I was so fascinated by it. It's like that. I came back home and I installed the same thing, and I was doing this in my free time because it was very fascinating for me. And then I figured out that you can do more stuff than that with that, so I decided to try to go to the computer science degree. I didn't grade high enough, so I went on civil engineer, but they still had coding in the first semester.
Mhm.
And it was still Pascal, and I was so passionate about it. So it was like my only lesson that I enjoyed, or subject that I enjoyed in university. They taught me a little bit more. And then I just switched to Java, tried to make games using lightweight Java game library, which literally just gives you access to OpenGL, and you're like, good luck. So you like have to extract the RGBA data from the PNG images, like decoding them yourself, pushing it to the driver yourself, like talking to the driver yourself, keeping track of like the IDs of the textures and unloading them, which was very hard. And it was like, it took me so, like, when I was just drawing an image and I was like seeing that it displays properly, I was so happy because it like took me like 2 weeks to just like make this thing happen.
It's funny because like those things that at the time that you're doing are so passion driven, even though they're insanely arduous. It's like it helps you then when you get either better programs or you get better processes. You then get to look back and realize, oh my gosh, that was so difficult, or I did that such a hard way, and now I have it so easy. So it's like almost like it's a gift in the sense that if you're able to kind of like dredge through doing something that way, now when you're given these new tools, you just slide right through and do something great. Yeah. So at this time then you were almost leaning more into coding and kind of like leveling up with coding more than your animation. So how was transitioning, like, because you obviously went back to animation, right? Because like you were kind of doing them simultaneously, but one more than the other at the time.
Yeah.
So like how was because you went from coding and then you went back into animating, and now you kind of regraduated, transitioning from animation to coding again. So what was that? How's that been for you? What's that been like?
I didn't really start the real programming until like I was like I kind of started the real programming and real animation at the same time when I was like in the high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing kind of both, but I figured out that for animation, I really don't like the process of making animation. Like I only aim for the result, and this is the worst case to be an animator. Like you chose the most
Yeah.
time-consuming type of
Yeah.
art, and you don't
Yeah.
enjoy the process. This is like really
It's
unwise.
gonna be really
So
hard.
it took me like what 6 years to realize that I'm going the wrong way, and I was still like driving, like I was just listening to the music, like oh, this is the collab on this music is gonna be so great, and I started the collab and I suffered through it, and it does not meet my expectations.
Wow.
So I had to kind of like stop and be like, okay, you know what? It never happens with coding. I think I should switch to coding. It's like I'm gonna find happiness in there.
Right.
And yeah, and even like for Alan, I still like do coding, and I do lots of the effects, and I find more joy in doing that than anything else. And can you show on the stream the notes thing?
Yes,
The
this
notes
is, I
made
think,
of-
one of your most impressive coding feats. At least because I have no idea
I
how
gotta see
you
this.
would even do this. But I'll let you
I
explain
am
it.
I'm so sad because in the actual animation, oh, this one. Oh, I think you will need to stop music and like play the music from the file.
Oh yeah, it's probably, yeah, we won't get copyrighted from it. Let me pause my music. Boop. I don't know about that. It's very popular.
I'm sorry about disrupting sound slips.
What's happening here?
Maybe, hang on, let me pull up the Rush E one.
Yeah, Rush E is gonna be much easier to follow.
Yeah. So he pretty much allowed us to take a MIDI file and plug it into Adobe Animate.
I think you can scroll from time to time.
What?
Wait.
Okay, explain what's
file.
happening here, though. What?
Yeah,
So
this
I
is
made a
rendered in
script.
Adobe Animate.
Yeah, this is a script that allows you to bring the MIDI file and then just like slam it into Adobe Animate, so it like makes the notes automatically. And we had to do
Wow.
the same thing with Rush E, and I'm so happy. Imagine doing this manually.
Oh, I would throw up. I mean, even just placing. The best I could do would be to like have a guide layer that maps out what the notes are on the keyboard, because I'm not gonna have it all memorized, and then I'd have to have the music in front of me with the notes outlined on the music, and then I would have to grab a movie clip, and every frame where that would come up, I'd have to place the movie clip above the key. So this is just doing that.
Yeah.
It's just doing that. It's doing all of that process for you.
Yeah. But how you call this?
Oh my God.
It actually was done manually before. It actually
Oh
was
yeah,
done
because it would
manually
have to be.
before.
How I described it would be the non-coder way of doing it, like the best way possible.
Yeah.
And
Um,
obviously that'd be hundreds of hours.
Yeah, for sure.
That actually was like the first step of automation was like me just manually placing the things on the keyboard that would spawn the note with the right color. And then for AVMS 35, I made a script that just places all of these things for me.
Oh,
Wow.
And another thing that I'm like really, really proud of is the note tornado. But
Oh yeah.
Alan's quality and bitrate just killed it. So I sent you another thing that like shows them in slow motion, so you can guys like
Oh, you sent me
see
a
it.
file. Hang on.
It might actually take like a big portion of the screen, but I think it's all right.
Oh, you sent me DDLs and an EXE?
Yes,
What the
so you
hell?
didn't have to compile.
Ooh.
Okay, it's warning me about potential, like, at like risk
I
virus.
know
Are you
that.
gonna
Do you
hack
trust
me?
me? Do you trust me?
yes, get over it. It's
Run
fine.
anyway. All right.
I just need the last 4 of your social.
Shuriken
Grab
can
that. I'll
hack
be on my
my
way.
Okay.
Okay, and you can use
Whoa.
WASD. You can use WASD.
Oh,
And then you can
what?
zoom in. And you can
I've
zoom
never
in.
seen it
Lagging,
this
dude.
smooth before.
Wow, wow, wee, wow.
Oh, this is in
Holy,
Flash?
look at that.
You can zoom in with R and F. You can zoom in and out
This
with R
is
and F.
With
R and F.
F?
Oh.
What? That's
That's so cool.
crazy.
What
Look
the?
at how
How is
they're
it
like
not
dissipating
synced?
too, man.
Imagine animating this manually.
I would
All right,
never.
clean out my
It's
clean out my
impossible.
weekend. I know what I'm doing for the rest of the weekend. R and F, dude. Woo!
Whoa.
I'm zooming in and zooming out.
Oh, that's great. Okay, the bitrate on
That's
the
insane.
So it's probably not gonna be
Yeah, we're getting fuzzy.
translated very well in the actual stream, but like trust me, this looks sick.
Whoa.
That's
I mean, Discord
awesome.
Discord does a great job at like encoding it.
Right, but like I wonder what our YouTube viewers are seeing if it even looks the same.
Oh my.
Blobs, I think.
It might.
It's
But that
still
is
it's still smooth. That's still so cool.
So cool. Wow. But yeah, then if I like go in here for example towards the very end on the scene in this, it's so ironic too because here's like the first ever properly synced fight that we've done for Alan. Yeah, I gotta unmute
Ooh.
this because I mean, a little fun fact: I also had to help with the sound work for this. So
That's
it's
cool.
Really fun and different. Then I'll look at the tornado in the video.
It's actually quite later in the video. Like it's like at the very end of the fight. You can see like the most
Oh,
viewed
yeah.
part. This
Oh,
is where
yeah.
it is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So there's a sync fight there. You can watch the video if you want to see it.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I'll put it
Okay, here we go. The trade goes brr.
Yep.
Ah!
So there it is.
Oh!
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
Yeah. Wow. If I go back
Insane.
here, it's the
That is
exact
so
same
cool.
thing. That's crazy.
What? Oh, that's so cool. I love it so much.
Wow. That's crazy.
Just for those couple of shots.
So worth it though.
Yeah. All that.
And
for
just so sad that
5
you don't
total
see the
seconds.
movement.
You can
I'm so
kind of
sad
see
you
it,
guys-
but like you don't get the scale of it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Like another one was for AVMS 30. Like when I was
Oh,
coding
yes.
the stars for the vortex that King Orange creates. Oh, this is like another.
Oh, these are the particles that go sucking.
Yeah,
into
these are
the-
just the particles. Yeah.
Those are those particles. Let me find. Oh yeah, these are in Swift.
So if you guys like want to know
So-
what I have touched and like to see my like work, it's in Alan Becker's animations. Yeah, you can use WASD as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's satisfying.
Oh, that is huge. I thought this was made like manually. So I was like, how do
AE
you
or
make that?
something.
Wow.
Yo.
How high up does this go? I haven't even seen. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I just scaled it a little bit. You can also use RNF in here.
Oh boy, let's see how much it lags.
Oh.
You can- You can
Uh,
also zoom in.
what is that?
Yo.
Wow.
Zooming in has a better effect.
That's so cool.
Oh, you can see the
This is
pixels
like
now.
After Effects.
Oh boy.
Oh no, this is okay.
It's
This is
chunking.
turquoise. The outline is turquoise. I'm just limited the stars.
yeah. So that
Oh,
stuff
got
was
it.
turquoise in After Effects. I can speak on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, all this.
Yeah,
stuff.
and then you can just can you zoom in? Can you zoom in like on the stars?
Oh, that's so
That's cool.
satisfying. It's lagging, but I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh boy, it's getting so bad. Okay, back out. Wow.
Yo, this stream's holding on for dear life.
Yeah, all these particles. I gotta get this off the screen.
That's
Oh,
cool
man.
though.
That's so cool though. Yeah.
It's all right. It's mildly impressive. I could do that.
Decent, I guess.
So
Oh.
yeah, pretty much like after I realized how you should program, because well Pascal taught me a lot. It's just like, hey, this is how you manipulate numbers. And then when I figured out how to manipulate numbers, I was able to take it, apply it in other stuff like Alan Becker's animations and my own animations as well.
Very nice. Well, I want to talk about this silly little green guy sitting on your lap. Who is that?
That's Zozo.
He looks at you every time you speak.
Yeah,
He's so cute.
he listens.
He does listen. He's got those ears for something.
He's obedient.
But yeah, so you
So
are...
what?
No, this is my turn, Hyun.
You got this.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
See on the document, your name is for the next topic, and my name is for
Hey,
this one.
they're not supposed to know that.
I'm breaking the fourth wall to call you out. No, but so you have this game for Zozo. How long have you been working on that? What inspired you to make it?
It's kind of gonna cross with the doors and stick figures. So I started developing this game in 2020, like in January 2020, to be honest. Like since the first day of January, I was making it on C, which is a very low level language. Low level means it goes deeper to the hardware. It's not like it's like the entrance level. It means that it's forces you to do more stuff. And then I was developing this game, certain someone who is in here have messaged me out of nowhere, and he was like, "Hey Shuriken, how are you doing?" I was like, Hyun has messaged me.
That was me.
I thought it was gonna be Pluto.
No. It was Hyun. He was just like randomly, because back then I knew that he was so popular, he was swarmed by all the people in Hyun's dojo. I wasn't even able to talk to him, and he was constantly busy. And out of nowhere, he messages me. And he was asking me how I'm doing. So he said that, hey, I have a guy who could make a pitch for the game if I if I have the means of making it. Do you want to program the game? And I was so excited because Zozo, I'm pretty sure not everyone in here actually knows about Zozo, but everyone knows Hyun. Everyone knows Hyun's dojo. I will have more chance of actually starting my game developer career, because going from animation to completely different thing is very hard, especially by yourself, because you don't have lots of recognition. Your project just can be, not noticed.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna switch to that, and this is how the Dojo game was started. But Zozo game was the idea for Zozo game is actually very close to what I'm doing. It's a platformer where everything is synchronized to the music. The environment is synchronized to the music. And I had this idea long time ago, but I was like, okay, I am going to make it, because every other game really did not make it the way how I wanted. And when something popped up and my friends were hyping it, I was looking at it, I was like, I didn't like it. This is so weird. It's just the same situation with the syncing. It was the same situation with the syncing. It hasn't done before, but looks so cool and epic in my head. So it's I must do it. I think I got this. So I was developing it from 2020 till March of 2021, because Hyun messaged me, suggested me to work on the other game, and I was like, okay, so I guess I'm gonna just do the other game. And I was very excited about it.
Yeah.
So initially, the initial goal was for us to make the prototype and pitch it to the company that saying hey, we are making the level editor where you can make anything, it sounds so ambitious, so you kind of have to prove it. So I was really trying my best to do all the features to prove the point that, hey, I'm not like we're not just like saying that like, hey, we can, like we're gods, we can create the best level editor ever. We can actually do stuff that we are saying. So prototype was the type of concept. Actually, I think I'm kind of running a little bit too far.
Oh, no, you're fine. I mean, we can talk about
I mean, we're
doors,
already
or
here.
if you want to talk more about Zozo if you want.
Yeah, so I was working on the prototype, but after lots of decisions that were made, I decided that like I'm gonna go back to working on Zozo, and this time I'm actually working on Zozo, but I'm working on the level editor rather than the actual game, because when you make a level editor for the game, you're no longer making a game. Like, this is the funny part. You don't make the game anymore. You make the level editor,
Yeah.
and then you make a game for it, because like making the game is so much easier compared to the level editor. Like, you have to account for so much stuff you don't even think about. Um, yeah, I'm back working on Zozo.
You, s-
This is the guy on my left.
yeah, so you said you're
Wikipedia.
back working on Zozo, right?
Yeah.
So has any of your original ideas changed? Like still being a platformer that syncs to music, and
Yes.
is there going to be like a story and stuff like that?
I'm more focused on actually, like, there definitely will be a story. Something that has changed during the period I was developing Doors game and stick figures is that I realized that making 1 MB game, like, the goal was like the entire game with all the files and all the code should be less than 1 MB or equals to 1 MB. It was a little bit too ambitious, like
Holy,
over how much compression I had to be doing, especially that I didn't want to give up on the quality of the graphics.
yeah.
So I figured out that, hey, buddy, you're actually like going too ambitious with your stuff. So I decided to switch to my engine that I love so much, which is Love, or you can search it as Love2D. It has like O has 2 dots above it, because it's much easier than making it from scratch. Yes, Hatana?
I'm trying to look it up. My keyboard
How do you
doesn't
spell
have
it?
that O.
Love, you can search it on love2d.org, but you're only gonna
Is
see
it
like the
LOV or
website.
LOF?
LOVE,
Okay,
2d.org.
Actually, love.
Yeah, no.
That was going to be some silly corporate
Oh,
spelling.
Sarah.
Oh, there it is. Sarah's
That's
got it.
the link.
No,
Thank you,
I got it.
Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
I don't thank
it's-
you, Sarah.
Oh,
I'm kidding,
Hey, leave
Sarah.
him alone.
I'm kidding.
leave him alone, man.
Hey, leave him alone.
No.
Okay, so what is love again?
Love
What
is
is
actually
love?
like
Sorry.
not really a 2D engine, it's a 2D framework, and we use it for Doors game prototype, and we were about to use it for the actual Doors game, because it allows you to build a structure of a game, but you don't have to worry about stuff like, decoding PNGs, decoding sounds, pushing stuff to the drivers, taking and keeping track of them, and all that stuff. Like, it still kind of allows you to write the game the way how you want it, but like, it takes away all of the horrible stuff. It's just like, hey, you want to load the sound and play it, 2 lines of code. You want to like load the image and draw it, 2 lines of code. Like, you want to do this thing, okay, that's like maximum 5 lines of code. It's so easy. So I really felt like, hey, I'm gonna be switching to this, because otherwise this game is never gonna be done.
Yeah, I remember. I remember you talking to us about Love, the Love engine, and like, I mean, the engine itself is not very well known, right? Or not very popular or mainstream compared to like Game Maker or some of the other engines, right?
And this is what makes me feel sad about it.
Yeah, because you were like, because you're trying to convince us so badly that this was the engine for Doors, and I'm glad we kind of listened to you on that, right? Because Otherwise, it would have been a nightmare to code.
Yeah, it like it's so much like door. This framework is the best for doors because doors really is hard to code on engine, especially stuff like Game Maker, because
Yeah.
when you have to load in animations and new scripts, it just doesn't allow you to do that. Like Love allows you to load anything on the ROM. So that was perfect for us. It's like someone creates a very special level with, new mechanics. The mechanics can be involved in the level itself, and you can just load it effortlessly. Like you don't have to do much stuff. It's just literally a couple of lines of code. That's it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I switched my development to on Lofty. I also made the level. I'm currently focused on level editor, and there is a video in there that you can in the folder.
Oh, sorry. One
Was
second.
there a video?
You can do it.
Level
I believe-
editor.
So is this the Doors level editor, or is this something else?
No, this is actually like Zozo's level editor. Since
Oh,
we're still
Zozo's
talking
has a
about
level
that.
editor. Cool.
Yeah. So
Oh,
like this is what it is. Like this is how you like make levels. This is what it is right now. It has auto tiling, means you just draw rectangles and it chooses the
Oh.
right tiles for you.
What?
yo, that is so cool.
I'm heavily inspired by Celeste because Celeste
Ah.
is like Celeste also does auto tiling in the very similar way.
Wow.
Wow.
These are background tiles that are being shown right there because like Celeste taught me that level looks so much better if you add the background tiles. It's just look at this. It just like adds so much
Oh,
depth
yeah,
to the level.
For sure.
So I'm just trying to like showcase like you can also have the some kind of like decorations that you can place. I'm just literally focusing on like the level editor as of now.
Yeah. Do you plan on making this accessible to like the players, or is this kind of like just for you?
I think it's just for. I think it will be just for me because I don't want to take away too much from doors.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it has a very like as you can see the gameplay is literally like so bad because I only touched it for one single day, like just to like make sure that I can save and load the levels.
Right.
So the reason why the level editor, I figured out in the Doors game development that making the content, making the content easy, like the content creation easy, is very important. Even if you're working in the game, otherwise it's gonna take you lots of time to do stuff. Also, as you can see right there, I'm doing undo, like you can undo and redo stuff, which took me
Oh, yeah,
forever
That's
to code.
crazy.
It took me
This is
forever
like
to
a
code
whole
this one day.
It's like
Right.
speed running game development. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of these can be applied to like the Doors game that's coming up as well, and just like everything that you've worked on in the past is kind of just accumulating, and you're just becoming like a very, I don't know, like special high tier developer when it comes to game development. And it seems like you're
Yeah.
having a lot of fun doing it.
I mean, not really the fun. I just feel the necessity, but also the reason why I'm doing this and the reason why I'm practicing the level editor is because if the Doors game is gonna go back in development,
Mhm.
I would really love to have some knowledge about how to make this properly. Like I'm making mistakes now, so I learn from them, and when I make something bigger, like Doors game level editor, I'm more
Yeah.
knowledgeable and I'm not doing all of these mistakes, like and learning from that. Like it's gonna speed up the process because what I'm working on, Zozo, right now is really like the backend, and to explain backend to people, it's like imagine you have a restaurant where everything is fancy, but like the restaurant cannot like just be existing from the fancy like dining room. Like you need a kitchen or stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
so kitchen is a backend, and the dining room is a front end. Like I'm doing stuff and making sure that everything is sufficient enough for me to make levels, So it takes long time, and probably not so much progress is gonna be seen about the game.
Mhm.
So yeah, like I'm kind of working on the back end. Like I don't even focus on the gameplay anymore. Like I just need to make sure that the level editor works properly.
Yes, so you're just working on the kitchen right now. That you're making sure that
Yeah.
kitchen is the best kitchen that you can ever.
Yeah.
So then,
Yeah.
when the restaurant gets made, it's already like it's all ready and
So it's like
ready to cook good stuff.
yeah, I'm making sure that the meals can be cooked super
Super
quick,
good.
super efficient, and super delicious.
Oh man, that's awesome though. I can see that already. You've been learning a lot and applying that to your own game and for future
And
projects as well.
yeah, and I hope if Doors comes back, I will be able to apply all of this knowledge to to this, so people have great experience when making lists. Like, look at this, just like boop boop boop, done. Like
It's
you
so
already have
fast.
the tile.
It's so I can
That would
see the
be really
potential in
cool.
it, man. There's so much potential. So like I guess when you want to deal with burnout, because I know that was like a huge thing when it comes to big projects, not only animation but with coding as well. How do you kind of deal with the burnout, especially with like the stuff going on in your life in regards to the background and all that? How do you kind of deal with that?
I really want to like show like this Omni-Man meme. It's like when do I start having fun? That's the best part. It's
Oh,
like how do you deal
that's the easy
deal
part.
with it? Yeah, how do you deal with the burden? Like that's the best part. You don't like I like I don't know. Help me. Like I'm burnt out even when working on Zozo because when I'm working in backend, it feels that I'm not doing any progress, even though it's not true. Because when I was making the undo redo system, because it came before the level editor and the UI, I was like, okay, I'm not doing any progress. And then when I was making the level editor and I was using this system like on the undo redo, I was like, thank you, past me. Like you saved me so much pain right there. I was so grateful. And I realized that
Yeah.
it's the same thing in here. Like I'm gonna be like the future me is gonna be grateful to me right now
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
working on this.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
and you just need to kind of get through these parts. But yeah, I'm not like doing this as crazy as I did with the prototype for the doors.
Mm.
Because the doors game prototype, like you're aware how I was working, it was literally like I was working 10 hours a day on average. That means like some days I work for 12, 14 hours. Sometimes I cannot work as
Oh
much.
my god.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Because
yeah.
yeah, I if you guys know in the chat, but I'm Shuriken is like the hardest grinder when it comes to work that I think I know, other than like maybe one person, which might be Turquoise. But yeah, I think it's crazy how much you can just sink your head into a project and just stay there for hours and hours and hours. Because I 100% can't do that. It's like not possible for me to do. So it's crazy how you can just keep working like that and have that kind of ethic.
It has its own price. I'm not sure how Turquoise is handling it. I want to be like Turquoise. I really want to be like Turquoise, who is able to keep doing stuff, because Turquoise is the Chad. He is the Chad of the Alan Becker team. I don't care. I don't care if he listens to me and he hates me right now. I'm saying the right thing. I'm being honest about it. But I am not like that anymore. I can barely work as of late, and I mean, I can try, but every single time I try, I get certain someone sad, and like I have a wife that really, really cares about my well-being, and working on this makes you gloomy. And the reason why it works is because either I was alone in the apartment, or I had the people that did not care about me in this apartment.
Yeah.
So like it was working out very well. But Lindsay truly cares about me, and every time she sees me gloomy and not happy and tired, she feels so bad. She's like, "What can I do for you? What can I do for you?" It's like it's
Oh,
painful. It's so painful. Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's bad. Like she cares about me so much. I never had a person that cared about me nearly as much
Oh.
as Lindsay does. Like
Wonderful.
like maybe my parents, but I feel that Lindsay cares about me like the person my wife cares about me the most.
Yeah.
And she like every single time she sees me like sad and frustrated, I encounter some problems. She becomes sad and frustrated, and because I want her to be happy, I cannot stay like okay, I'm done.
It's a
I mean, that's a
positivity
good
loop.
thing, though. You know.
Let's go
Yeah.
and play something. Let's go play some games and be
For
happy.
sure.
And she just shines. Like it's so like I call this main thing uh, that I have in my life, like the main goal, is
Aw.
I really want to make Lindsay happy because she was miserable for quite
Oh
a long
man.
time. She was miserable. She served 12 years in U.S. Navy. 12 years of service in the like United States military, and
Yeah.
she got lots of injuries. She got lots of stress from that, and I just like if me getting if me getting frustrated and sad and entering the work mode where I'm like a zombie, it makes her sad. Like I cannot stand it. I
Yeah.
cannot do
Yeah.
that.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, both of you guys are kind of better off together, and helping each other heal from all that on both sides, not just on your
Mhm.
end, but also on Lindsay's end.
Well, I like she's aesthetic. She's so super easy to make happy. She's so easy to make aesthetic. Like she loves Zozo, and she wants me to work on this game, like
Yeah.
more than on anything else. And every single time, like she came back home very frustrated because she teaches at school, and little kids, especially with the barrier language, they can say nasty stuff in the classroom, and she's not gonna know until she tells me, and I'm like, oh, that's actually what he said. And she's like
Oh
the
my
student
God.
say, and she gets
Mm.
so sad. She got so frustrated. She was so gloomy. But when she's seen like me making the avatar for this Dojocast with Zozo, she was like Zozo, and
Yeah.
she was like shining. She was like so
Oh,
happy and ecstatic.
that's cute. That's adorable.
Um, and also another thing that makes her happy, I think, it's me playing piano. Like,
I wanted to actually ask you about that because I know in your entire life, pretty much, even when you're an animator, coder, or anything, you've always dealt with music, and that was always like kind of like a reoccurring theme when it comes to you. So does music kind of help you is that always been a passion and help you relax and you enjoy that kind of stuff, especially when it comes to piano?
I really enjoy playing piano because like when you create music that comes out of your fingers, it's a very satisfying feeling that even sometimes makes me tear up. Um,
Yeah.
and I would say that it gives some knowledge. Also, it's very applicable to my work for Alan, which is so funny that Scott Buckley wasn't available, but we still had to make the episode. So what I was doing is I was reading the music sheets of the Rhapsody in Blue, and I was transcripting the parts that Skim has suggested. Like I was analyzing the music sheets. Like okay, so it cuts from here to here, and like I was remaking this in MIDI file that saves on the production quite a
Yeah.
lot. And I was happy that I was able to help with this. About the syncing, I'm not sure if it's super related, but it kind of allows you to think that like, hey, this is how the sound is supposed to be. You don't just like, slap the random sounds. You kind of want them to,
Yeah.
hit the strong notes, like low notes, the pitch. Like it's like you want to make it kind of understand and feel it. Uh, it
This
definitely helps.
on the screen right now is you playing the piano, right?
Yes, it is. You can actually, I think you can play it. It's fine. My video was not demonetized, I don't know, so I think you can play it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you're super good at it, and like piano at home that you just like play whenever.
Yeah, I mean, it's the music sheet. It's the currently what we are looking at. It's the
Yeah.
present for Lindsay.
Oh.
She loves when I play piano, and I was. That's a funny thing that when I was preparing, it was the same year she left the Navy, and she loved this
Yeah.
song. So I made the music sheets, and I was learning it. And this music is actually, I made it so complex that I was like practicing it for 3 months. And it took me, and
Wow.
after practicing for 3 months, it took me over 200 takes to record it. And I was like,
Wow.
I'm not doing that again. But she was
Oh,
super
wow.
heavy.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
This is a bit of a
yeah, that's
sidetrack,
awesome.
but I want to talk. Sorry.
Oh,
This
okay,
is
go ahead.
A little bit off topic. It's still kind of on topic. I don't know. I think I just wanted to say thanks that one time you learned my song on piano and then played it for me.
Oh, I like your song.
No way.
I know.
Yeah,
I wrote this
that's so
song
cool.
called
No problem.
Ruined Sound, and it's like a commentary talking about several ideas of like how people perceive music. I think it's a very interesting discussion piece if anyone's interested. But Shuriken really liked how it sounded, and then learned how to play it on piano, and then played it for me as like an early Christmas present like a year ago, and it made me
That's
tear
super
up.
cool.
That's
But
so
then I lost the
cool.
recording of it
Oh
because
my
I recorded
God.
some of it. and
What?
I regret that. But I wanted to let you know, like I think about that frequently, especially when I make music. It means a lot.
You're very welcome. I mean, like I wouldn't do that if I would not enjoy the song.
I know. I think that's what's crazy to me because I'm not known for making music, so receiving any level of appreciation for that kind of work it means a lot. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't even know about that, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Shall we take a break and do some
Yeah.
questions from the chat?
Let's take a break. I'm gonna pause that and put the other music back on. But let's check out some art made by some of you out there. All right, so
Yeah,
first,
and if you guys have any questions in the chat, now is the time to ask.
yes,
Sareth will be taking your questions.
all right,
I
our
mean, if
first
your
piece.
question doesn't make it, I'm pretty sure I will be replying under this video too. So yeah, back to the art.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I like that.
Look at that hair. Look at the.
Oh,
So this
okay.
one's
Hey,
by
yeah, dude,
AK.
AK, I love AK style, and dude, this made my entire month. Just
Ah, hell
seeing
yeah.
my character. Oh my God.
So cool.
This is great. Good job, AK.
The hair
Good
is
hair,
really
too.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is
they've gotten really
the
good at
best
drawing
rendition of
superheroes.
one that I've seen so far.
So
This is
so
the
therefore,
one.
is this canon?
Is this the one?
I actually do
Okay.
want to make a canon, but yeah, like, it's so good that I just want to make this like the official. But we'll have to see.
Very nice. Sorry, were
So
you just
cool.
getting a haircut suddenly?
Yeah.
Oh
so
yeah,
I,
there's a leaf blower right outside my window.
Oh, okay.
I started using my blender for the entirety of it. You know,
Uh,
I gotta make sure it's nice and blended.
all right, our next piece is by Emberisu, something like that. But that looks sick. That's a
I really
dragon.
like it.
Whoa.
That is wild.
That is so great. I really
That
like the colors.
Ooh,
That's
is that a
insane.
jade? Jade
I can't-
dragon?
Jade, or it's almost like a, I don't know. It's like liquid. It's so like, I don't know.
I don't know, but it's cool.
Oh, cool.
Me this gives me Spirited Away vibes. You know.
Yeah.
It's almost
I
like it's
really like-
watercolored.
I really like how like there is like black, white, and like the red is complementary in here. Like
Mhm.
it's so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Even in the dragon's
Very
eyes.
cool.
Hell
Yeah, and like the dragon, like there's like blue, red, white, and black, and it's like all works together. It's such a
Nice.
great choice of colors.
All right,
Composition.
Our last piece of art today is from VNFR, I was gonna ask Hyun if he could go kill the guy.
Opening his mouth to just leaf blower sound.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
it's
Dude,
okay.
I tried to press the noise suppression and I actually hung up the call, dude. I'm trying to.
I was just saying, like, I was just about to ask you to go kill the guy doing the leaf blower, and then you leave
Why is
before I
he
could
leaf
say
blowing?
it.
It's late at night. Like, it's
Dude, this is
dark
the-
outside. Can't see what he's doing.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Man, it's like what? Like is it like 8:30?
It's not that late, but it's dark out. So like this guy's doing it in the dark for sure.
Damn. Well, man. Well, anyway, this art is by VNFR.
That's
What
Ooh,
is
this is
that?
like
very great.
heavy ink
So
drawings like this. It's
what's
so cool.
coming out of them? Like, what is this? What is there?
It's like a universe.
I mean, it
Ooh,
really.
it looks like an abstract art.
It could be like a part of me. Like when I look at like some of the ends
It's-
of them, it looks like it's like they're about to blossom into a flower, but I don't really know. It's cool though.
It looks like
Very
it looks
cool.
like a homunculus coming out of his.
It does.
Is this the rebirth of Hyun?
Oh yeah.
Dude, this might be fan
It's
art.
the story.
This
This might be fan art. There's no way to know. He does stand like that, right, guys? That is his typical pose.
Wow. Alrighty. Well, let's get on to some questions, shall we?
Let's go.
I'm so sorry. This
Alright.
leaf blower is going insane right now.
He's
okay.
popping off in the chat, dude.
It's all right. All right. The first of all, we have. Oh wow, this person Egan Ospina. Sorry if I butchered your name, but they donated 3 separate times for a total of $15. The first question they asked was for Shuriken. Ever plan on having Zozo be? Sorry, could you stop highlighting? Okay, never mind. Sorry, the name gets in the way, and then I can't read the question. But ever plan on having Zozo be mobile accessible? I see my sister using it while at school and sharing levels with her friends.
I'm not sure about the level thing. Like, I'm not sure if it's gonna be alright because if it's gonna be the level thing, it's probably gonna be, it's probably going to be for the Doors game because that's actually what wasn't there. I'm not quite sure how this also game development will go. I'm literally gonna just experiment around with the gameplay when I'm somewhat done with the level editor. So I'm not even sure like if it's gonna be easy to make levels despite of all of the stuff that I'm doing because of the syncing feature. So I cannot tell it, but I can tell you that in case if it's gonna be easy to port because WAV2D allows you to port on multiple stuff, which is it allows you to port from on the websites, on the mobile, Linux, Mac, I'm pretty sure, but we are gonna see. As for now, I'm only aiming for Steam.
Sorry, could someone go back and like clip Hyun opening
I was
his
just
mouth to
thinking
leaf
about
blower
that, dude.
sound?
Yes, stop,
I was
stop.
so present that last time. I just contained myself.
Dude,
I'd love to see a clip of that.
I don't know
on
why a
Twitter.
random leaf blower is going off like during this time, but it's literally right in front of my house right now. But anyways, Egan Aspina, thanks so much for the
Yes,
donation.
thank you.
That's
Thank
$50.
you.
Yes, they also said you guys are great. Thank you for everything.
Ah, yeah, shucks.
Shucks,
Wah.
Wow. Oh man. All right. Poetry Flynn asks Shuriken, have you ever done graphics programming with Vulkan, DirectX, Unity, Godot, or something similar?
No, I did not touch Garrett. I did not touch Vulkan. I only touched OpenGL because it's supported by the old graphics card, and I'm working on Zozo on the old laptop, which is like 15 years old, so I'm pretty sure it does not support Vulkan. And I think it doesn't have to because all the graphics is going to be rendered on a tiny canvas, 256 by 144, and that's scaled up. But how you call this? Yeah, I did not work, and I don't think there's a necessity for me to use it in Zozo game.
All right. DJ Animations asks to Shuriken, how does it feel to be an inspiration for not only Hyun's dojo, but the whole stick figure community outside of Hyun's dojo? And they added, man, you're an inspiration till this day for me.
I mean, it's something that feels like surreal, but I understand that it happens. I'm just glad. Only one thing that I truly, truly wish for people is to follow what they enjoy doing it. Like, please don't be me. Don't do animation if you don't enjoy the process. Like, you need to find some joy in it. Like, I know it's time consuming and it cannot be, very like very enjoyable all the time. But I would say I'm glad. I just hope that I don't inspire people, to suffer.
I mean, like, when you decided to switch to coding and you said you're going to quit animation, that must have been like a huge decision because you were pretty big within our community and you made one of the best collabs out there. So I think when you made that announcement, like, there was a lot of people who were obviously sad about it, but even some people were kind of angry or like, why is he doing this? This is like, is not good. But I think that is an inspiration in itself because even though you knew you had this following, you made that decision to go for something that you actually enjoy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Well, I
commendable.
was thinking about it. I didn't really see angry people who did not like me quit. Well, in case if they are, I'm sorry.
Bro,
but
I was angry,
really
man.
need-
I was angry.
Yeah. I was
Apologize to
pissed off!
Hyun.
Look at it on the bright side. Maybe I'm gonna make the games that is gonna be enjoyed more than my animations. Like, think about it this way. Maybe I'm gonna make such a great game that like you're gonna enjoy it more than my animations. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but hey, maybe it's like a bigger project than like all of the collabs that I've done combined. Like much bigger than all of the collabs I've done combined.
Yeah,
It's
and
gonna take
I
5 years.
respect.
Maybe it's better. Maybe it's better.
Yeah, I respect that so much too. Just making that leap because it's not easy to do, especially if you
No.
are following.
Yeah, because you got very good and very successful at it. I think it's ultimately a really good case study as like following at what you actually want to do versus success, because you were unquestionably successful in what you were doing, but you still wanted to deviate and do something that you knew would actually be more at least mentally beneficial to you. And I always tell that story to people who are questioning if they're even enjoying animation. Like, well, here's an exact example of someone who went through the same exact thing. So I think at the very least, it's valuable that you had that experience so other people can learn from it.
I also
Absolutely.
can tell you about it. Like, imagine the animation where you can control the character. Like, isn't it even better than like just the animation that you watch on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
Because I am planning on like making very good like animations for the game and stuff. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Next question.
No, we kind of trailed off on that one. But I didn't even read what the other ones were. So Cupcake Edict Stars asks, what are good apps for getting started with coding, and how would you make something multiplayer?
Ooh.
Making multiplayer is hard, and I'm gonna tell that the apps for coding, they don't really matter. Just please don't start with C++. Please do not torture yourself. Like, this is not the best. This is the worst start ever. The main thing that I would suggest about the coding is to understand how to manipulate numbers. Everything that is happening on your PC right now, on everyone's PC right now, is literally described by insane amount of numbers from 0 to 255. Like, once you understand how to manipulate these numbers, you're gonna be able to use any language, any program, any syntax, and because it's just the toolbox. It's slightly different. It's made for slightly different purposes. They have slightly different approaches, but like the algorithms, like learning how to solve the problem is what is really important when you code. Like learning how to like make the numbers be the values that you need them to be. And then these numbers can represent anything else at the end of the day. It's gonna be much much easier. The apps, I mean, I'm not sure about apps. You can start with like learning something simple like Python or Lua, just to get the concepts, and then you will see like once you understand the basics of the language, you will be able to branch out to any other language that you need easily. Like you only just it's gonna take you like 10, like maybe like a week maximum to just understand the syntax of the other language and get used to it, and just use that language. Like that's as it is. Just learn how to operate numbers.
Yeah.
All right.
All good tips.
Next question, if from Nexold Content, asks, how was your reaction to being in Zeta Brand, and how did you find the clan?
Wild. I have it recorded. I'm not gonna show it to anyone. It was so embarrassing because I was so overhyped, especially like the funny thing how it happened is like there were two people on one single spot on the Zeta Brand, and I was really hoping it and trying to convince myself that I made it and not Draco made it, even though his part was like several times better than mine, like his tryout entry. I was very, very like passionate about it. And then the day when they say they're gonna announce it, like I asked my classmate to just visit one single website to see like the result. And then they say that they accepted both of us at the same time, regardless of the stick page rules. I literally like I jumped up and yelled like out of excitement. It was so surreal.
That's so cool.
It was like
And you had
it's
that recorded, you
embarrassing.
said?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna show it to anyone. It's too embarrassing.
Come
Oh
on,
man,
That's
dude,
dude.
show
the
me.
classmate picked the
Ah!
camera.
Show me indeed.
Classmate picked up his camera and started recording me. Like that's how excited I was.
Oh, I see. That's so funny.
You know, a similar thing happened to me when I when the Dojo website was still a thing and people were becoming Dojo partners. They were given that role that would give them more access on the Dojo site. And when I was given that shit, I was in the bathroom of my machining class, and I was just like silently freaking out because no one else around me would understand.
You can't even you can't even begin to explain it.
That's so
You
You
know,
can explain it. They're like, okay, yeah, uh-huh.
It's like, all right, so
My
there's a
classmates
website
did
about
not
stick
understand it
figures.
either. My classmates did not understand it either. They were just laughing at me, and then
The
I did
more-
not care. I was so happy.
The more context you give, the worse it gets. They're like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm caring less and less about this.
Oh man, that's wholesome though.
Oh,
I
Nuzzle
wish-
just typed in saying like that he has seen the video. He has seen the video.
Oh, damn.
Oh, what's up, Nazo?
So
Nazo's
you
in the
have to
chat.
show us, man. Come
Hello,
on.
Nuzzle.
We won't
Maybe
share. We
I'll-
won't share it. We pinky promise.
Oh, probably.
I don't have a pinky anymore, but I'll promise
Yeah,
on my
I
foot.
swear on
Just
Hyun's
tug on one of
amorphous
his.
tape.
Yeah, tug on one of his hairs by your leg.
Also, hi,
good
Nuzzle.
enough. All right, we'll do a couple more and then we'll call it. Stone, you want to pick one after the next
I
one?
do. Yeah, after the next one, yeah.
Oh, do you already
Go
have
for
one in mind?
No, I'm gonna pick one once you.
Wait, I have one. Wait, let me.
Okay,
Well, you have
we'll
one,
do
okay, you
one
go.
more for the three of us. Stone, you go first.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Let me see.
Come on. Okay, Hyun, do you have
Wait,
one in mind
okay.
already?
Okay, I
I'll
don't
pick
have one
this
yet. I'm still picking.
This one. Okay, Comic Warrior 14 says Shuriken's #1 fan here. No, that's me actually.
No, that's
What's
me.
the best place to follow your? No, that's. What's the
that's
best
me.
place to follow your current progress in games and animation?
The funny thing, I'm not really sharing it, not because I don't want to, it's because stuff that I'm doing is so boring. Like it's to the point that like it doesn't give me enough dopamine to like keep working on it. I just keep forcing myself. So like fathers probably are not going to understand it, but if something, I would suggest follow me on Twitter or what it is now, X. Like unfortunately it is X. I don't like that personally. So, and YouTube, and in case of something, I'm gonna leave a note like in several places, like on my YouTube and on my X. And if something, I might be streaming back on Twitch, like of how I make the game.
Yeah. Well, actually, put down the links to all of that theory in our chat, and I'll put it in the description so everyone
okay.
can follow you. Yeah. But yeah, nice.
Okay, I got one. Zen Skeleton asks, do you plan on making a new game on Unity or Unreal Engine?
I'm gonna just tell I'm not a big fan of game engines.
Oh.
I'm not a big fan
I
of the
see.
game engines. They dictate how you make your game, like what
Mhm.
structures you use to make your game. Some structures either don't have the stuff that you need, or they have stuff that you don't need, but they are still included, and therefore they are loading the game with the
Mhm.
necessary stuff. I really like making my own structures for what I need, and I try to
Yeah.
make them as easy for me to use as possible. So like they meet my needs, like the game that I need. For example, actually, one game that I forgot to mention, I joined the game jam of Pirate Software and
Yeah.
made the game called Vampire Alchemist, and I was able to like code all the mechanics and easily use them. It just took me almost the entire game jam time, so I didn't really leave a tutorial, and my game was super
I
confusing
remember
and
that.
didn't score high.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just really don't like game engines. I'm not saying that, hey, they're bad, don't use them. I'm just like, not my preference. I like to make my own systems. Like, Lock
Yeah.
is perfect because it literally allows me to create my own stuff, but don't worry about stuff like loading PNG files and like loading sounds, decoding them. And it's so easily done. And like, it's
like-
perfect for me.
So for, I guess, more experienced coders, kind of like yourself, you would kind of prefer just making your own kind of framework versus engines that are more geared towards people that don't know as much, but it's like easy to build something on top of their tools.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad to use engines. Engines are good. Engines are made to help. It's just like not my preference. So most likely,
Right.
if
Yeah,
I will be making something, I will be either using Love2D or making my own engine, the one that is going to meet the requirements of my own project.
True. Good answers. Very nice. And also good questions, everyone.
Stone, you got one?
That was mine.
Oh, okay.
It's you.
All right. Well, here's the last question, and I'm purely choosing this one because Sareth is laughing, wishing me luck.
That was me.
No, that was you? Okay.
I was laughing at you.
Well, I'm going to knock you out of the park because this is actually pretty easy name to read. Eternal Ash asks,
Okay.
Shuriken, will you play Ascension to Heaven in piano?
Hey, Colas, I really don't have, I'm not really that good at piano and reading sheet music. Like, it takes me forever to learn a piece. Like, for example, I wrote, like, the music that had in a showcase in 1 week, and then it took me a month just, like, to memorize it. Just, like, actively, like, only playing like this song on piano like over and over every single day. So
I see.
it's a very long process. I'm not good like sight reader, so most likely like I'm sorry, it's too much effort for me for just like a quick favor ask.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Well, that'll be it. That's all the questions are taken today.
We did it.
we did it.
We did.
Thanks for
Yeah.
joining us, Shuri. It was a wonderful, wonderful episode,
One
dude.
thing to add, if you watch this stream and you ask a question and it was not picked, or you have questions after the stream, whenever I whenever I get like more sleep, you can ask the questions in the comments and I will be replying from there.
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
fair. Yeah, please go get some sleep, man.
Yeah, like I said, for those who are joining us
I
maybe
think I
late, it's
caffeinated
5
myself too
a.m.
much. I cannot go to sleep.
It was 5 a.m. when this
Oh,
started.
no.
So, yeah.
All right.
Now for the thing we are most well prepared for, which is the outro. Of course, everyone, after this episode is done, it will go up on YouTube. Please leave a comment for us about something you liked about this episode. It helps us kind of create and shape the episodes as we move forward. And next week, join us for episode 16, where we will have Hyun as our guest.
What?
What?
Wait, is that serious?
Yeah. We're gonna have to see if he's
Oh my
available.
gosh, I'm
But
nervous.
For clarification,
excited.
Hyun, not Kyun.
Hey, we have Kiana on, man. We should get Kiana on.
And I
Yeah,
wish,
he's gonna be
I wish I
here.
could
Again.
interview him.
Uh,
Like be in the same place as him. You know what I'm saying, right? That'd be so amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah, this
man,
is
just look
quite
at
the
me, bro.
opportunity. How do you feel?
I mean, I wish I was normal again. I mean, that'd be nice for a start.
Yeah,
Right?
well, you're better than normal. That should be
You
good
need to
enough.
you're
take-
improved.
You need to
dude.
take him to the AI doctor.
Oh, that's
Maybe,
true.
Oh,
maybe
no, not the
we
AI
had to
doctor.
reformat or something. You know what I mean? Let's see if your insurance can cover that.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. I only got.
You know, we'll
I
get
only
you
got
fixed
American
up by
vision.
the next episode, or at least we'll
Yeah,
try.
yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Hey, man. And there's no insurance here. Like, I'm done, bro.
I'm cooked.
I don't think we even
I think it-
addressed with the location we're in for this episode.
I said it was nice. A nice server room we are in
Oh.
today. It's nice and air conditioned in here.
Oh, well.
For the it's one of the
Shouldn't
nicest
really
locations
much
we've been
else.
at for a while.
Okay.
They've been like all just absolute dumps.
All right. Well, thank you all for
This is-
watching. We'll be
Thank you, guys.
Hyun.
Sure.
Bye.
Thank you. See
Bye-bye.
you around later.
There he is. Toodaloo. Bro, you're